Hello my good friends, I hope you're all doing fine. Welcome to the channel Digimon Explained. My name is Jesse and in this video we are finally going to be discussing a Digimon that was heavily requested, namely Lopmon. A rookie Digimon that is actually a twin to TERRIERMON. A Digimon we have discussed entirely in its own video. If you haven't seen the video yet, the link can be found in the description box. Lopmon is based on the Lop rabbit. These are rabbits with ears that droop. Fun fact, while Lopmon and TERRIERMON are twins, TERRIERMON's data does not come from rabbits like Lopmon, but instead comes from the terrier dog. I find it funny because they really do look alike, however, it is probably because of this data difference that their Digivolution path will take a completely separate way. Also, while TERRIERMON has only one horn growing from its head and has a calm but robust personality, Lopmon has 3 horns growing from its head and has the personality of a lonely crybaby. They both are very unique Digimon as neither of them seem like combat species Digimon, but when battling, they show that they are more powerful than they appear. One way for Lopmon to show its fighting prowess is by using a great variety of techniques in combat. From close range techniques like using its ears, to spitting out shots of super cooled air, or by generating a tiny tornado by spinning its ears like a propeller. So it definitely has its way to get around, however, while there may be no doubt of its abilities to last after a battle, there are doubts concerning how it grows, which is shrouded in mystery. Though it can be classified as a beast species Digimon from its body structure, aside of that, Lopmon is still not entirely understood. And it makes sense why it isn't understood, as its later forms are going to be quite close to divine and on some occasions extremely dangerous. Before we get to them, there's another variant I need to speak about, which is Lopmon White. In Digimon Cross Wars, we saw how Lopmon absorbed the power of all of the other Lopmon once they were absorbed by new VAMDEMON, a Digimon we explained in its own video, the link towards it is in the description box. Maybe to briefly give you the context, it is said that absorbing Lopmon can grant a Digimon immortality. However, there is a legend which says that a vampire's greatest weakness is a white Lopmon which can emerge once Lopmon grant their energy to a single Lopmon, making it turn white. Its power is said to be immeasurable, however, we didn't really see it do much aside of giving the last of its strength to grant Omni Shoutmon and Zeke Greymon the power to perform double fusion into Shoutmon DX. Now Lopmon can perform something which is called Dark Digivolution, a corrupt form of regular Digivolution usually resulting in evil Digimon. In other words, when someone coerces a Digimon to digivolve forcefully with a clouded mind or dark powers, the Digimon that will digivolve will grow big urges to just destroy whatever it sees. And when Lopmon Dark Digivolves, it becomes Wendigomon, a bipedal muscular creature based on the mythological creature called the Wendigo. This evil spirit originates from the folklore Native American tribes, which often said that the creature is a malevolent spirit which invokes feelings of insatiable greed or hunger, the desire to cannibalize other humans, and the propensity to commit murder in those that fall under its influence. It appears that its data was locked somewhere inside Lopmon, who became Wendigomon. A very dangerous Digimon, as despite being at the mere champion level, it already has the ability to manipulate time and space, and is able to warp by passing through other dimensions as well as create a special space. While Wendigomon exists due to anger and hatred, and while it is a brutal animal Digimon, it is not completely evil, and deep within its heart it possesses the gentle side it had while it was Lopmon. However, its warmth can be broken by the power of its anger, so that it runs the whole gamut of destruction, just like Digitamamon, another dark Digivolution from the Digimon Digitamamon, who we discussed in another video, link towards it is in the description box. Except that Digitamamon might actually be a little more evil than Wendigomon. Now, when Lopmon digivolves without evil influences, it will become TERRIERMON, and I hope I'm not mispronouncing the name. It became a martial artist Digimon that was discovered within the hinterlands of a Chinese mountain province. Not a coincidence that it was located there, as TERRIERMON is based on the mythological Terrier, I guess, which is also known as the Rabbit God, a deity of Chinese folk religion related with moon worship, as he is considered the moon rabbit of the goddess Chang'e, the goddess of the moon, renowned for her beauty and one of the major goddesses in ancient Chinese mythology. TERRIERMON pursued the viruses that exploit emails to do evil as their eternal enemy and wander the world, which might explain why its sleeveless jumpsuit has characters that read Armed Struggle. Although it is blessed with the makings of an unparalleled Chinese martial arts, it is still developing it. The name of its fighting style is called Togaken, or Rabbit's Fang Fist, and it wields the Tokaku Tesu, or rabbit-horned iron claws. Using its leaping powers, which it got from its rabbit heritage, and using its vast close-range combat knowledge, which it got from its Chinese heritage, TERRIERMON sure became a force to be reckoned with. It is when our martial artist here digivolves into its ultimate level that it would become rather mystic in its way of defending itself. Its next form is called Antylamon, a holy beast Digimon, and the Digimon Deva, who are basically servants of the Digimon sovereigns, although Antylamon serves one in particular, Azulongmon, the guardian of the East. As a follower of Azulongmon, Antylamon is the owner of a gentle spirit, like when it was a Lopmon. It likes small things, and because it attends to them with profound tenderness, if anything appears that tries to tread on them, then its personality will be completely reversed, and it will attack with its bunny blades or treasure axes by transforming its hand into razor-sharp axes. These are special axes, as once a cut is made, it won't stop spreading until the enemy's form is no more. On top of that, Antylamon has other crazy abilities, such as hardening its body tissue to the level of Chrondigizoit by liberating all of the energy within its body. Chrondigizoid is the most powerful metal in the Digimon universe, and I explained it thoroughly in its own video. Link towards it is in the description box. But if Antylamon can harden its tissue to the level of Chrondigizoid, we could say that it came near to the ultimate defense. On top of that, it can also recover from any kind of damage in an instant by curing itself. And if push really comes to shove, it can simply absorb a Digimon. So it definitely is a very powerful ultimate level Digimon who you do not want to mess around with. And yet, despite its gentle nature, there is a possibility for it to take the dark route, one which is actually also linked to Wendigomon. Antylamon, once in this evil variation, still has the same abilities as its purer counterpart. However, it became also able to freely manipulate the Chi, its life force, flowing within its body, allowing it to interact with softness as well as hardness, so that at times it moves flexibly as if it were flowing, and at other times it unleashes heavy blows like iron. Also, unlike its Data counterpart, it is not depicted with a scarf, so it kind of became its own distinct version. Now, when Antylamon, in its evil variant, digivolves, it will become Cherubimon Vice, an angel Digimon based on the Cherub, one of the unearthly beings who directly attend to God according to Abrahamic religions. Cherubimon has the appearance of a beast and uses mighty lightning techniques whose strike is thought to be divine punishment. Those lightning strikes can take the form of innumerable thunderbolts which are summoned by a giant thundercloud, and the range and density can vary depending on Cherubimon's will. Aside of the lightning, Cherubimon Vice can also inhale the opponent into its body, either swallowing them in darkness or spitting them out, and it can create a black sphere in its hands that sucks in its enemies. Cherubimon Vice can also cast transforming spells. For example, it can cast a spell transforming the spirits of darkness from Lowimon and Jaguar Lowimon into Duskmon and Velgimon. So it is quite a powerful Digimon with lots of abilities. You may not know this, but Cherubimon was once a member of the Celestial Digimon, but depending on the story, it was a virus which caused it to turn evil. And speaking of Celestial Digimon, I explained them in depth in their own video. The link towards it is in the description box. And now, Angel Digimon, which are positioned at their ultimate virtue, have the aspect of their being easily stained by Cherubimon's antithesis of vice as a consequence of their extremity. If Cherubimon falls even further, it is said it would become a demon lord. So it is best for the safety of its surroundings that it remains a Cherubimon virtue who might have less techniques in combat, but it still is one who carries 2 holy rings, which essentially would make it perhaps more powerful in raw power, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it would defeat its evil counterpart, even if I believe this fight would be quite awesome. And just in case, if you want to know more about the power boost concerning the holy rings, the link of it is also in the description box. Hi guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Lopmon is definitely a very interesting Digimon because it's not always that a Digimon's dark Digivolution is so linked. After all, Lopmon, despite being a crybaby, already showed early on to have a dark side to it. It already has a Dark Digivolution at the champion level, while when we take a look at Greymon or Digitamamon, they are at the ultimate level and mega level. So Lopmon is definitely very unique and also very divine, as almost all of its forms has something to do with some mythological figure, either from China or from Native Americans or from the Abrahamic religions. So that's making it even more interesting, and I believe that its potential pretty much is endless. It will all depend on the story you'll find it. I want to say something concerning Antylamon. See, Digimon is a Deva. I deliberately didn't get too deep on it because I do want to give it extra attention once I focus on the Digimon Deva, just like how I did with Cherubimon in the video about the Celestial Digimon. So make sure to subscribe to make sure you don't miss that episode. But what are your thoughts about Lopmon and its Digivolution line? What do you think of the Lopmon TERRIERMON duo? Both of them are twins and yet their Digivolution are completely different. Who do you think would win a fight between Cherubimon Virtue and Cherubimon Vice? Leave all your thoughts in the comment sections, please be careful and please be elaborate. And in case you guys are new, know that all Digimon videos are placed in various Digimon playlists which are always updated, that way you can catch up on newer and older videos. Small question, can you do me a solid by following my Instagram page? The name is the following, OhanuJ2. I would need Instagram for large projects even though I absolutely detest even this platform, but it exists, so might as well make use of it, right?